BBC Radio Devon, it's 22 minutes to 7 on Friday morning. Now, there may never be a good time to ask people for money, but especially more so with the country having been in lockdown and great uncertainty for many people. However, Teignmouth Arts Action Group have been, and so far it's going incredibly well. They've made a commitment to buy and save their arts and community centre for the benefit of the local community and have raised half of the overall £200,000 that they need. Let's chat to Steve Brown from TAAG now. Morning, Steve.
Morning, Laura.
So from the Teignmouth Arts Action Group, how did you manage this?
It's difficult to say, really. It's surprising that we've got to where we are, but we were established 10 years ago, and at that time we took over a derelict garage, and 3 of our existing trustees were involved then, Liz, Roger and Julia, and they did a fantastic job actually, turning it from a derelict garage into what was a couple of galleries and workshops and all that. And over the years we've gradually improved it, but we haven't been able to go any further because we only rent it from the council. And the council were reluctant to sell it because they were doing some redevelopment at the back. But eventually last year they said we could buy it. And so all of a sudden we had to get together the cash to actually buy the premises.
And you've had a lot of support. Why do you think people are so keen to help?
We've got a lot of users. It's grown over the years. A lot of people come in, and a lot of visitors as well. The visitors, we get obviously holidaymakers and so on, people from far away who are interested in what happens with TAAG, because we have quite a variety of stuff going on there. In the galleries, we have a changeover every week, more or less, which is, again, quite a challenge to change over what's in the gallery on a Friday evening for the next show. And we have contemporary art, we have traditional art and crafts as well. So a lot of people are involved. And also we do workshops which support the local community, mindfulness workshops, printmaking, art, mosaics, book clubs, all sorts of things, really. Environment, we're very strong on environment. Trail, we support the trail exhibition which is on currently along the seafront, these sculptures and so on.
So a bit of everything for the whole community.
Absolutely, and they've been very supportive to us in our discussions with the council, because the council, as I say, were reluctant to sell it to us, but we had a huge petition which the people were signing up to, and that was great, that support, because it helped encourage them to say we could buy it from them, because they realised that we could probably make a go of it, I guess.
It's such a tough time for the arts industry, isn't it? We talk about it all the time here, about all the challenges that the whole industry is facing at the moment.
Well, yes, terrible, particularly for professional artists, people who are doing it the whole time. I mean, this past couple of months has been terrible for them because they've got no way of making money, or some of them have had to switch to online. But people are always a bit reluctant to buy art online, I think. That's very hard for them. So we're very grateful that people have given us money. We started off at the beginning of the year with an exhibition of work that the artists had donated to us. And that raised £5,000 to get us started. And then we had a couple of big anonymous donations, and we've had all sorts of people helping us. We've had some artists donating their times on workshops, which they're going to give when we get back into the building, which has raised money for us. And we've had donations from local art societies, Teignmouth Art Society and the Bishop Staten one as well. It's been terrific, and it was, considering we hadn't even thought really much about doing a crowdfunder until we suddenly got to the point that we realised we had to do something to get this money.
Yeah, well, we talk about being sort of positive for the future, and we talk about looking to the future a lot, particularly with the arts industry. What could become of it, but it's reassuring to know that you have so much support behind you, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, and I think we're very much part of that local community, and TAAG was really the centre of the arts quarter in Teignmouth. We've got lots of other people there. We've got Laura Wall and Ruben Linkovitz, and opposite we've got Voyage Art. They're all clustered around where we are in Northumberland Place, and that's brilliant. And of course we've got all the eating places and arty type things where they sell like antiques and that sort of thing in that quarter, which have come together under that label, I think.
What would you say to those that have supported you and helped you get where you are?
Well, just that we're incredibly grateful, and it's fantastic because it looks as though now we'll be completing the purchase in September. Um, we still need some money, I should say. We never don't need money, but we need money to install toilets and sinks because that went as the council demolished the workshop at the back, and that took the toilets and the sinks as well. So we need to get that in before we can reopen. But we're hoping to get a license to move in the next month. So that will help us to make sure we can get workmen in to get quotes for that sort of thing. And hopefully if people keep on giving via our crowdfunder, Help to Buy TAAG, if you look crowdfunder TAAG, TAAG, it's Teignmouth Arts Action Group. That would be terrific. And in fact, if there's anybody local who's got materials or skills, that would also be helpful, because that's how we started this off 10 years ago, with local people actually just getting in there and doing things.
So it's not just about the financial donation. It's you need people to donate their time and their skills.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And we're fortunate. I mean, we've got a great group of trustees who've got experience in the arts and all sorts of, and Liz, who's probably a chief executive, I guess. She's got experience in the building works, which has been really useful during this period when we're speaking with the council about how they're going to knock down the wall and what they're going to leave and what they're not going to leave, which is clearly quite crucial because it's right at the back of our building, which wasn't the back of our building before. But the other thing is, of course, the object of this is to actually redevelop the upper floors, which are still semi-derelict. So once we get reopened, then we'll be able to do that, because hopefully the grants will be coming back online. I know they are coming back online for that sort of work, in terms of developing that for workshops and studios and that sort of thing, because we hope that's going to help us sustain the building and the activities of TAAG for the future.
Well, lots of plans to keep you busy for now as well. Keep in touch with us and let us know how you get on. Thank you, Steve. Steve Brown from Teignmouth Arts Action Group. Well done if you've taken part in this, donated your money or your time. The job's not over yet. It is 6:45 now. James has Devon's headlines.